Hi, I'm Mike Riley here with Odie Tugg. I'm here at Kscope 16 here in Chicago. I'm here with Bob Rhubart with Oracle. Bob, how's it going today?
Just fine, Mike, thank you. I'm enjoying myself here in Chicago.
What do you think of the show so far?
It's great, it's great. This is my first time. I've managed to not make it to Odie Tugg in the past, so this is my first time here, but it's a really great show.
Great, we're glad to have you here. So tell me about the podcast that you do for Oracle.
I produce a podcast called the OTN ArcBeat Podcast. I've been doing it for, I guess about 7 or 8 years now. There are something in excess of 300 programs. They are all panel discussions. So I round up anywhere from 3 to 6 people. And the topics are most often driven by community members, and so people will they'll don their guest producer hat, come to me with ideas for topics. I'll ask those people to make suggestions about who the panelists should be, and I record them on Skype, and I just let the people talk. So the conversations are usually 30 or 40 minutes, and they're doing quite well. Knock wood, over the last year, the OTN ArcBeat podcast is Oracle's #1 most downloaded podcast.
Wow, that's great.
I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. So this is the first time I've gotten a chance to sit beside you and interview you. You're usually the one.
It must be quite a thrill.
Yeah, it is. You're usually the one who's behind the camera. You've got a setup upstairs on the 2-minute tech tips.
Yeah, the tech tips are an idea I came up with not quite 2 years ago. I like doing video, but one of the problems with YouTube video is that people have pretty short attention spans. And so I tried to come up with an idea that would create content that would kind of play to that rather than fight against it. So there are just over 150 2-minute tech tips now. The format has kind of evolved since I first started doing them, so I think they're more polished and a bit more high-tech, and the production values are higher now in the latest batch. But they are, again, community-driven. They're open to anybody who can present some kind of a useful technical tip in 2 minutes or less. And to make sure that they keep to that, I actually put them on a countdown timer. So if you watch one of the videos, down in the lower left-hand corner of the video, you'll see a countdown timer. And if they talk too long, alarms sound and whistles go off, and then they have to shut up. But they're doing pretty well. They get a good audience, and the nice thing is that people actually watch the entire videos because they're so short. The videos in their entirety generally run about 2 minutes 30 seconds, and but they're fun to watch. I put little additional clips and things in there to keep it entertaining and interesting.
Yeah, and I appreciate the fact that at least for the past couple of years that I remember, you've asked us for speakers that we were having and kind of tried to give us a lead into Kscope with the 2-minute tech tips from some of the folks that are speaking here this week.
Yeah, I like to get people, sometimes people, they have ideas for tech tips right off the top of their head. Others, I think they're looking for ideas, but what I usually encourage people to do, especially people who are speaking at events like Kscope, is to take their 45 or 60-minute presentation and talk really, really fast so that it can deliver it in 120 seconds.
Nice.
But it works, and I think people have fun with it. I make it as easy as possible for them to do it because obviously I'm dealing with a lot of very, very busy people. And so we can record these. I record them on Skype. I record them obviously at live events like this. Sometimes people actually just do their tech tips on their own, sitting in front of their webcam, and send me the videos, and then I put them into the format.
Right.
But they come up with some great ideas. We just had one by an Oracle ace named Arturo Viveros, who it's unusual for a tech tip in that his face never actually appears in it. He provisions a WebLogic instance in 2 minutes.
Wow.
And so what you see is the screen capture from what he's doing to provision that instance. So people I'm getting some stuff now where people are employing more graphical elements into the tips, so it makes it more technically interesting. But again, the whole idea is to just keep it quick and keep people engaged, and I think they're entertaining, and that the audience bears it out. The audience is growing.
Yep, great. So I also know that you have a very strong support of the new Oracle website, community.oracle.com.
Yeah, this is, people might be familiar with it from the old days. It was forums.oracle.com, but we've upgraded the platform. It's now on a Jive platform, and so it's much more feature rich. And so what you're seeing now is a kind of a gradual transfer of OTN content. We're publishing all of our technical articles on community.oracle.com now. So, and this is really great because now people can actually post comments and start discussions right from where they're reading a particular article. I've moved my blog to that platform. I have a separate blog for my podcast, so if you want to look at those programs, you can find them all there. I manage the middleware space on that platform, and that gets something like, in the middleware space and all of its subspaces, so it's all of the various products under middleware, get something like 130,000 views a day.
Wow.
So it's quite popular. There are new discussions happening all the time. So it's still a place where you can engage in forum discussions, but there's a lot more happening there now in terms of editorial content. You can find videos there, podcasts, and we've got the administrators for various sites actually are drawn from the community. We have community volunteers that will moderate the discussion forums and that sort of thing. So it's very much a community effort, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds great. So I have one more question for you, Bob.
Okay.
What are you wearing tomorrow night or Wednesday night to the special event?
I have a little Gucci number that I'm going to break out.
Nice,
so.
Nice. Thanks for your time today, Bob. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. It was fun.
All right, great.